This holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, convenient meals to keep you energized on jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, can help you fuel up fast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while tackling all your holiday to-dos. Too busy with holiday plans to cook, but want to make sure you're eating well? With Factor, skip the extra trip to the grocery store and the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too, while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy. When you're too busy running around to plan lunch, Factor has you covered with lunch to go. Effortless, wholesome meals like grain bowls and salad toppers that are ready to eat when you're on the go, no microwave required. Head to factormeals.com/MC911pod50 and use code MC911pod50 to get 50% off. That's code MC911pod50 at factormeals.com/MC911pod50 to get 50% off. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Whether your resolution is to save money, eat better, or stress less, HelloFresh is here to help you do all three. Say hello to your most delicious year yet with fresh ingredients and chef-crafted recipes at a price you'll like, delivered right to your door. So you've resolved to actually sit down and eat dinner around the table, but what do you do about those nights when your schedule is packed? Turn to HelloFresh's lineup of quick and easy meals, including their 15-minute recipes designed to help minimize mealtime stress. Every single meal I've had from HelloFresh has had easy-to-follow instructions, fresh ingredients, and when it's done, I feel like I'm out at my favorite restaurant. Go to HelloFresh.com/MC911free and use code MC911free for free breakfast for life. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/MC911free with code MC911free.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
What's up, everybody? Okay, do you guys know that even if we all ate the same and exercised the same, that we would all still look completely different? I'm Lacey Green. I'm a super trainer with Body. That's BODI.com. I'm telling you, this is something that you need in your life. The app isn't just about having a perfect body, because what is that anyway? It's about what we call health esteem. Feeling good about yourself right now, just as you are, as you work on the person you are becoming. Using Body's tools to find your version of happy and healthy. Body isn't just some software. It's people. It's trainers, nutrition, and mindset experts, and a community of other people just like you and me. And they even have my program for beginners only, which you have to try even if you've never worked out a day in your life. I'll get you off the couch and started on day one, finding the joy and dropping the judgment. And don't take my word for it. You can try it for free right now for 14 days at body.com. That's body with an I.com. Let's get up, get moving, and feel good. Whoop, whoop.
Making recent headlines in the news, there has been a huge break in the case of the so-called Long Island serial killer, or as some people have called it, the Gilgo Beach serial killings. Before 2010, no one really knew about this. Nothing was pieced together. No dots were connected. Those dots didn't really start to connect until a woman who thought she was being followed by someone trying to kill her called 911, then went missing. A months-long search started turning up bodies that weren't hers. And this all led to a more than a decades-long investigation into who was killing all of these victims. In this episode, I'll be talking about the Long Island serial killer. Welcome back to Music City 911. To start this one out, I have done an episode about this in May of last year. This was right after the 911 calls were released. Nothing at that point had really been linked, or at least not to the public. When I put that episode out, the calls were only just released, more than 12 years after they were placed. After going through various courts, the State Appellate Division of Brooklyn, New York, gave the following statement. We agree with the Supreme Court's determination that the SCPD's conclusory assertions that disclosure of the 911 recordings would interfere with an ongoing homicide investigation more than 8 years after Shannon's death did not outweigh the plaintiff's interest in disclosure of material which was relevant to the plaintiff's action. This opened the door to the release of those 911 tapes to Shannon Gilbert's family and then later on to the public. And just like I said, I did do a previous episode about this, but since it's been a while and because of pretty huge recent developments, I thought it would be worth going over again and talking about everything that's new. I'll be playing the calls again in full, and the call from Shannon is a very long call, but I believe we should all listen to it again to see how this all started out. I've done what I can to try and clean up the call because Shannon was very hard to hear or understand at times. If you've heard this call before on my or another show, you can feel free to skip ahead. The entire call is a little over 22 minutes long to give you an idea of where to go to.
09, how can I assist you? Hello? Hello? Hello, you dialed into the 911 system. How can I assist you? Hello?
Yeah.
Do you need the police?
Yeah.
Where?
That's good.
Where? Who's there with you? Hello? What's going on?
Well, somebody asked me.
What?
Somebody asked me.
Somebody is harassing you?
After me.
Who?
Can you trace where I am?
Let me talk to him.
Can you trace where I am?
Let me talk to him.
I'm by the Jones Beach.
You're at Jones Beach?
By the Jones Beach.
All right, let me connect you to state police. Stay on the line.
Why?
You got to talk louder to them.
Why? Why?
State Police, Trooper Fry. State Police.
Yeah, there's somebody after me.
I'm sorry?
There's somebody after me.
Where are you?
There's somebody after me.
Okay, where are you?
There's somebody after me.
Where are you, ma'am?
I don't know.
You're driving right now?
No, I'm inside the house.
I'm sorry?
I'm inside the house.
What house?
I don't know. Can you trace where I am?
I'm sorry?
Can you trace where I am?
No, I can't. What's your callback number you're calling from?
Huh?
What phone number are you calling from?
Somebody's after me. Please.
Are you in Suffolk County or Nassau County?
I'm in Long Island.
Where on Long Island are you?
No. 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 No, stop, no.
Where in Long Island are you? In Suffolk County? Nassau County?
Huh? Why? Why are you calling me by my name? Why?
County, you on the line?
Stop. Please. Stop it, please. Please stop. Please. Can you shut the door?
No, time to go.
Please. Please. Please.
Go that way, please. Go, come on. Come on, let's go. Come on, roll that side. Come on, go outside. Come on, all of us. Come on, roll that side. Come on.
No, please.
Come on. Come on. Please, come on.
Please.
Please, come on.
Why?
Just come out here.
Why?
County, are you on the line?
Hurry up, I want to show you something.
Why?
I want to show you this. Please come on. Please.
Why? Why are you guys doing this to me?
What?
Doing this.
What county are you in, ma'am?
Doing this. Why are you calling me by my name? Please.
Please, come here.
No, please.
Come here.
No.
Please.
No, stop it, please. Stop it, please. Please, stop it. Please, stop it. No, please. Stop it. Please, stop it. No.
Let me fix that. Please
stop it. No, please stop it, please. Please stop it, please. No, what are you going to do to me? What are you going to do to me? Stop it.
Please, get him out of here. What do you want?
Mama.
Come on. I'm going upstairs. You leave. I'm going upstairs. Okay? You leave, please. Please, get there. My hold. What's the matter? Are you okay?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do to me? Why?
Huh? Well, I don't know, but it was transferred to me.
Why?
No.
What are you going to tell me?
It's moving to, I think it's Suffolk County on the left side for the Suffolk County Manhattan.
Why are you going to...
Call Suffolk County.
You freaking down, come on.
I'm in the middle of nowhere?
Let's go back to Manhattan, alright? We're in Long Island, we're up near the water, so.
Please, stop.
Please, Mike. Brother, come on.
No, stop it, please.
Oh, okay, fine.
Please, take my time to what, to dive?
Yeah, I'm near the water. And
To dive?
saying let's go.
I didn't do anything.
631. 511.
Why? Mike, you close that?
Some kind of mic thing.
Mike, why? 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 Why, Mike? For fun? For me? I'm never going to enjoy it again. Why? I never do. I never did. Mike, please. Mike, please. Please.
It's good, Mom.
Please.
There's something I don't know what phone she's calling from, but I transferred her back. Can you see where she's coming from? She needs help.
You're like, I'm gonna find my way home.
There's somebody in the house with the female. And the female was the initial caller.
So this is all set up?
You set everything up? Remember, I waited for you. You told me you're gonna find your way home, so I was like, what? You know, nothing that I found.
So this is all set up?
You never did this before. Well, you're joking with me, right?
Why?
I don't know. Why would you do that?
Alright, I'll say I was lying. I was lying.
You did?
Why?
What is the 631 number?
Why?
You can try talking to her, but she's not. I think she's got the phone down.
Hello?
Hello?
Please.
What's the matter? What happened? Hello?
Please, get me out of here, Lace.
Hello?
You're being sarcastic about this. You were part of this all along.
I just met him just now. I told you to get after it. I told his
Mike, please. I'm begging you. I just want to go home. Wait, why?
Well, we can give them...
What's the name?
573 9308.
Is that us?
What's going on?
I think
the number.
What? Yeah.
Extension answering. That's the number that came in.
Why are you sitting there knocking about this house then? Something's gonna happen to me.
There's nobody outside.
Yeah, you could call it, but we're not going to know where it is. County should call it.
No, isn't that the county phone number?
Please.
Every time county number checks for something over.
Okay. Fine. Get out of here. What's in the phone?
Oh, it does? Hot Suffolk? It's got to be Suffolk, right? Hello?
Stop it. Stop it, Mike.
Hello, where are you?
Huh?
Where are you?
What's going on there?
What's your name?
Where's the bathroom? I'll see it.
What's your name?
Shannon Gilbert.
What's your name?
Shannon Gilbert.
Where are you?
I'm in Long Island.
And what's wrong?
Huh?
What happened?
These people are plotting to kill me.
Where are you? What's your address? What's your address? What's your address?
No, Mike, stop, Mike, here. Mike, stop. Mike, stop, Mike. Mike, stop it.
Where are you?
Mike, stop it. Mike, stop it.
What's your name, Shannon?
Huh? Mike, stop. Come here.
Where are you? What's your address? Hello?
You want to be in front of police?
Yeah, hold on, and then I know you're telling the truth. What's the address?
What are we going to tell them?
Tell them something. Mike, stop it. You guys are planning something. Mike.
Where are you?
Mike.
We're fine then. Why don't we all...
Are you in the house?
Yeah. Mike, stop it.
What town are you in?
Long Island. Mike, it's...
Where?
Stop, Mike.
Where in Long Island?
Stop it, Mike. Mike, stop it. Mike, stop it.
Where in Long Island are you?
I don't know.
Hello?
Tell me.
Where in Long Island are you?
I don't know. You're going to tell me.
Are you in a house? Are you in a house?
Yeah.
Whose house is it?
I don't know.
Who is Mike? What's his last name?
He's crazy.
Mike what?
He's crazy.
How old are you? What's his last name? What's his last name? What's his last name? Shannon. 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 Shannon.
Yeah.
What town? What town are you in? Hello? What's Mike's last name? Hello?
You're going to kill me, bitch.
One of the guys said, let's go back to my
Where are you? Where are you, Shannon? Shannon. Shannon.
1034.
1034, 963, Gray.
Shannon. She's not talking.
I want to put her through the phone.
You do?
I put this number back in the station. Is that the number she's calling from?
I think that's her number. 9308 is one of our extensions, I think. Did you call that one?
Shannon? Hello?
Shield on the car.
1955. Shannon?
I wonder if she has a phone in her pocket.
Don't keep yourself hurt. Where are you going? Wait a minute. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Something like Dopert, D-O-P-E-R-T. She didn't spell it, but that's what it sounded like.
Shannon Gilbert was a 24-year-old woman who, at around age 20, started working as an escort while trying to make it as a singer. She was living with a boyfriend at the time and would say she was going on auditions while she was actually going out to meet her clients. During her time doing that, she got arrested once for prostitution and was at one point beaten so badly her jaw was broken and a titanium plate had to be placed to mend it. She started at first working for an agency, then later posted ads for herself on Craigslist. She was noted to have done a number of drugs, including marijuana, prescription drugs, and cocaine. She got a call from a potential client by the name of Joseph Brewer and agreed to go to his house on Fairway Avenue in the Oak Beach area of Long Island on May 1st, 2010 at around 2 a.m. Shannon employed a man by the name of Michael Pack as her driver and security guard. He drove her to Joseph's house and sat in the vehicle outside while she was inside. Sometime around 5 a.m., Joseph walked outside and asked Michael for some help. Shannon was inside panicking, though it's unsure why or what set that off. During that time, she called 911. While on the phone with dispatchers, she was initially on with a local police agency and then transferred to the state police. She seemed delirious and paranoid. It was hard to tell what was really going on. She didn't know where she was and said multiple times that someone was after her. Michael tried several times to get her to leave, but she refused, continually asking why. Michael at one point left the house and went back to the vehicle, where he waited a few more minutes before he saw her run from the house screaming. That's what you heard towards the end of the call, followed by sounds of her running and then banging on doors trying to ask people for help. One of the big problems with this is when she said she didn't know where she was. It was likely true. She didn't drive there, and it did sound like she may have been under the influence of something, so she may actually not have known where she was. To add to the problem, back in 2010, not every 911 agency had the ability to track 911 calls via GPS. I'm guessing this was the case with this one, being they couldn't even narrow down what county Shannon was calling from. It's unclear if anyone was after her or trying to kill her early on during the call. Everyone in the background, which likely was her driver, Michael Pack, and her client, Joseph Brewer, sounded calm and were trying to get her to remain calm as well, and later tried to get her to leave. After knocking on one of those doors that Shannon went to, the owner of that house also called 911.
Suffolk Police 873, what's the location of your emergency?
Yes, I live at Oak Beach in the association. And there's a young girl about 14 years old running around here screaming, and there's some guy trying to follow her.
What's the address there?
I'm at 17 The Fairway.
All right, you have a description of the girl or the boy?
Pardon me?
Do you have a description of the girl or the boy?
The girl is about 14 years old, got blonde hair, very small. The boy, I can't tell. He was into like a Suburban.
What color?
Black.
Did you happen to get a plate number or any phone?
No, I didn't.
Okay, telephone number you're calling from?
4.
Are they still on the fairway?
They just went past the gatehouse where the entrance is.
And what's the name of the complex?
It's Oak Beach Association.
Okay.
Out at by Robert Moses.
All right, we got somebody over there.
I'll be watching.
Oh, okay.
Another caller called in with similar info.
Suffolk Police 875. What is the location of your emergency?
43 The Bayou. Some woman is knocking at my door.
What town are you in?
Oak Beach Association.
What's the nearest corner street there?
Ocean Parkway. She says she's in danger.
Do you know her or no?
No, I don't. I'm not letting her in.
She's banging on your door there?
Yes.
Did she say what kind of danger?
No.
Oh.
And we live in a gated community.
What's your name, ma'am?
Barbara Brennan.
What's there a name to that community?
Oak Beach Association.
Oak Beach Association.
And I have an elderly mother here.
All right, I'll get somebody right over there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
After talking to the male caller for a minute who said he would call the police for her, she asked that he didn't do that, then left his house, moving to the house of the female caller, and then after that, running into a beach area, and it's then believed to go into a marshy area behind the neighborhood. That area is very difficult to navigate, with the vegetation there growing as tall as 12 feet and packed densely. It would be easy for anyone to get lost in there. Michael looked around the area for over an hour trying to find Shannon. After police arrived and questioned everyone, including Michael Pack and Joseph Brewer, then doing a search themselves, Shannon was nowhere to be found. A month after she was missing and no sign of her at all, police began to believe that she could be dead and enlisted a cadaver dog to do a search. During several different searches over the summer of 2010, no signs of Shannon were found. It was almost as if she had disappeared completely. On December 11th, 2010, during a training run with the cadaver dog along the shoulder of the roadway by the marsh, the dog alerted to the scent of something. It was a skeleton on the inside of a burlap sack. This brought the investigation back to the forefront. While continuing the search in the area for any other evidence, 3 more bodies were found. Because of the titanium plate that I mentioned was on Shannon's jaw from her being assaulted, it was determined that none of those 4 were her. The first body that was found was that of 24-year-old Melissa Barthelemy. She was a petite woman, only standing 4 foot 10 inches tall and weighing around 95 pounds. She had gone missing in 2009 after working as an escort on Craigslist. A week after she was last seen or heard from, Melissa's teenage sister began getting vulgar calls from a man using Melissa's phone, one of which asked if she was a whore like her sister, and another stating that Melissa was dead and that he planned to watch her rot. Using hits from the cell phone towers, it was determined the calls were placed in the Manhattan, Madison Square Garden, and Massapequa areas. Looking at the bill for Melissa's cell phone, it was noticed that several calls were made to a town called Maynardville, which is about 45 minutes away from the Gilgo Beach, Long Island area. It was later determined she was strangled to death. The other victims that were found were Megan Waterman, Maureen Brainerd Barnes, and Amberlynn Costello. Maureen was 25 years old, 4 foot 11, and weighed 105 pounds. She worked as an escort via Craigslist. She went missing in July of 2007, and it was determined that she was strangled. Amber was 27 when she went missing. She was also a sex worker. She was 4 foot 11 and weighed around 100 pounds. Amber was strangled. Megan was 22 years old. She placed ads on Craigslist as an escort. She was 5 foot 5 and had also been strangled. They were all found within a 500-foot stretch of each other. Months later, in March of 2011, remains of a woman named Jessica Taylor were found in the same area. They were only partial remains. In July of 2003, a nude, dismembered torso, missing its head and hands, were found in Maynardville, New York. Her head and hands were what were found in the same area Shannon Gilbert went missing. She was also a sex worker and was 20 years old when she went missing, also in July of 2003. As the search of the area continued, more bodies were found. 24-year-old Valerie Mack went missing in the year 2000. She matched the other victims very closely at 5 feet tall and weighing at around 100 pounds. Her remains, much like Jessica's, were only partially there with the rest. A dismembered torso wrapped in garbage bags were found in November of 2000, but weren't able to be identified. That was discovered on the same road as Jessica in Maynardville. Her head, right foot, and hands were found there close to the rest in the Gilgo Beach area. An unidentified woman, who has been called Peaches, or Jane Doe number 3, was also found under similar circumstances. Partial skeletal remains were found during the search and were later tied to another dismembered torso that was found in Hempstead Lake State Park in 1997. Her head was never found and still has yet to be fully identified. Remains of a toddler that were found in April of 2011, very close to that of Valerie Mack. It was found wrapped in a blanket. DNA testing determined that toddler was the daughter of Peaches. Other bodies, one of an Asian male who was dressed in women's clothing. Police believe he was between 17 and 23 years of age and approximately 5 foot 6 inches tall. It's believed that victim has been dead for several years. Pieces of another unidentified and dismembered body of a woman was found in the same area. It was determined that that victim's legs were found 15 years earlier in 1996. Police have also found a number of other bodies, many of which fit the same profile as all the others I've talked about. Some of those date back to as early as 1982. These victims have not been ruled out as being victims of the same suspect, but not as many pieces of evidence have been tied together. Shannon Gilbert wasn't found until December 13th of 2011. She was found about a half mile from where she was last seen. Police initially said that they did not believe she was at all related to the Long Island serial killer, believing she may have drowned in the marsh, but later, an independent autopsy found that a specific bone in her neck had been broken, one that is consistent with strangulation. Also, when police found her, she was face up, which is not normally consistent with a drowning victim. Although at this time police do not believe that her death was related, she checks almost every mark that the other victims had, being roughly the same size, age, profession, and potential method of death. In total, around 18 victims are possibly related to the Long Island serial killer. This case is one of the most notorious unsolved cases in recent history. The murders have had a devastating impact on the community, and the families of the victims have been left to live with the pain of their loss. The case has also been a challenge for investigators. The victims were almost all young women who were involved in the sex trade, and their disappearances were often not reported for days or even weeks. This made it difficult for investigators to track down the killer. Years passed and no one had any definitive answers, but police were still investigating the case. A series of small pieces of evidence created a nearly impossible puzzle to put together. A single hair determined to be from a man was found on one of the victims, and hair from a different woman than any of the victims were found on 3 of the bodies. Calls to one of the victims, Maureen, were placed using what's known as a burner phone. This is a phone that can be bought at nearly any convenience store and can be used without giving any personal information like you would when you have a monthly plan with a phone company. For 3 days in July of 2007, there were 16 interactions between Maureen's phone and the burner phone. On the last day, Maureen's phone was last hitting on a tower around Midtown Manhattan, close to the 59th Street Bridge. Other victims had similar contacts being called by a burner phone and traced to nearby key areas like Manhattan, Massapequa, Freeport, Babylon, and Long Island, all matching various points of interest in this investigation. Tips were routinely flowing in. A key piece of information was shared via one of those tips. The victim Amber was also contacted by a burner phone on September 1st of 2010. Evidence has been found that the burner phone traveled to West Babylon where she lived. The tip I was talking about originated from a witness that a man claiming to be Amber's boyfriend was seen entering her home. He was described as a large white male, approximately 6'4" to 6'6" in height, mid-40s with dark bushy hair and big oval-style 1970s type glasses. That witness said that a first-generation Chevrolet Avalanche pickup truck was parked in the driveway. Later, that same truck was seen leaving Amber's home, presumably with her inside. She left her phone at home and wasn't seen again. Using all that, a profile was created and narrowed down to one potential suspect, 59-year-old Rex Heuermann. He was arrested and charged in connection with at least 3 of the Gilgo Beach murders. He's the owner of a Chevrolet Avalanche pickup truck, and DNA evidence from the male's hair found on one of the victims was later tied to Rex using DNA that was found on a leftover pizza crust that was left in his garbage can outside of his house. DNA from the female's hair that was not any of the victims were found matching bottles from a search of Rex's house. Those were from his wife. Cell phone records were requested from burner phones as well as Rex's wife's phone. Nearly every murder was committed while his wife was out of town. A review of his search history on the internet showed thousands of searches related to sex workers, sadistic torture-related pornography, and child pornography. He also searched for serial killers and did searches for at least 4 of the victims, as well as podcasts and documentaries about the investigation. He likely won't be hearing this one, since he's being held without bail. During the search of his house, which is still ongoing, police found more than 200 firearms, of which he only had permits for 92 of them, and investigators have begun to dismantle the deck on his house and dig up his backyard. Speculation has been floating around that some of the killings may have happened there while his wife was out of town. While an arrest has been made, the investigation is still ongoing and being looked at more closely than ever. During police surveillance, he was still meeting with women. They suspected him of the murders, but police were not able to arrest him just yet of it, so it was always a concern that he might kill again. Since he has been under investigation, police have started looking into a possible link between him and a missing woman in South Carolina in 2014. Rex owns a house there in South Carolina, as well as some property parcels. Police in Las Vegas have also been looking into records of missing persons, since he owned property there too. All signs of this point to Rex as being the killer. I hope that somewhere along the lines, that police can figure out the connection with the remaining victims, and if he is convicted, I hope that that will give family members of the victims the closure they need. That will do it for this one. Be sure to share the show with friends, family, and coworkers, but only those that you might think will find it interesting. I'll admit, this show isn't for everyone, so while sharing, do be choosy as to who you might share it with. Join the discussion group over on Facebook. It's easily found with a search or by a link found in the show notes. It's been heavily active the past few days with other cases, and this one just popped up as well. As you all may have noticed, the Music City 911 logo has had an overhaul as well. If you're wanting some original Music City 911 gear, head over to my website, musiccity911.com, and click on the shopping link to get a t-shirt or other item with the previous logo on it. I'll leave them up for a bit before I change everything around to the new logo, at which point I'll let everyone know that the new merch is available. As I mentioned in a previous episode, I'll be back at CrimeCon this year as a speaker, as well as being on Podcast Row. So if you'd like to meet me or any of the other amazing podcasters that will be there, I suggest grabbing some tickets before they sell out. Head over to crimecon.com for more information. Until next time, for Music City 911, I'm Brandon, and y'all have a good one.